Hey everybody, how's your day going so far? I'm doing good. I've got a great video idea. I'm going to be bringing it to you right now. This was actually mentioned in my Q&A video, the last one I did. I was like, there's a really good comment here. I'm not going to answer the question now. I'm going to turn it into its own video. This question was asked on my YouTube community tab and it had the most thumbs up on it, 255 to be exact, and Tess Sunrise said, if something happened and you had to start your makeup collection all over from scratch, let's just take a moment of silence for that situation. What would be the first 10 things you would buy? And I thought that was a great question because I think it shows, like, you know, what are the priority products? If you lost everything you had, you wouldn't necessarily build that up just real quickly overnight. And you'll notice she didn't really give me any guidelines as far as price range or where I had to find the products. So I thought realistically, if this situation happened to me, I would probably get a bunch of stuff right off the bat just from one place, just for ease and simplicity. So I chose Ulta, and I thought I would probably make it as affordable as possible. If I'm gonna like jump in and buy like 10 things all at once, I would like to make them reasonably priced. And so I only have one like high-end product in this list. Also, I did not include sponges, brushes, or a lash curler. I just decided to make it about the makeup products, and then if we want to move on to 11, 12, and 13 outside of these 10 products, it would be a sponge, a lash curler, and maybe just like an EcoTools brush set, let's say. And then, you know, time goes on, you refine your collection a little bit, you come up with more specific things. But these are really good basics that I truly love, and I think if I just picked up these 10 things, I would be in pretty good shape, even if everything else was gone. As you may have assumed, as I sit here with no makeup on, I am going to take you through the application of all 10 products, because I just thought that would better prove my point, right? You know, actually putting them all together for you. So the first thing I would get is Maybelline SuperStay foundation in the shade, for me, Natural Ivory. And I would get this because I think it's affordable, it's amazing coverage, it's great staying power. Yes, I do like some different, you know, lightweight and natural and different types of foundations here and there, but if I need one that's going to truly, I think, make me look the best, this would be it, plus most affordable. I use one full pump of this stuff, and I like to patch it around all over my face to begin. And then using a Real Techniques sponge, which, like I said, might be number 11, can be purchased at Ulta, I just pat this all into the skin. You might recall when I first purchased this foundation, I got a shade that was quite a bit too dark, so this one seems to be a bit more of a shade match for me. And it does apply fine for me with a brush as well. Second thing on my list is the only thing that goes sort of outside the drugstore price range, but I think it's really necessary. And if I lost all my makeup, I would probably be like losing sleep and really upset and probably develop some dark circles. So we got to take that into consideration. My Benefit Boing Brightening Concealer, formerly Erase Paste, shade number 2. I have definitely been dealing with some circles this week, so I think this is necessary. It doesn't take a lot of this product. I mean, I just kind of swirl my finger in it and dab it on, and I really just concentrate it where the darkness is. There's no real special major trick with this, but I love the texture. I like that it's not drying, but really nicely brightening. And then I would also need just a standard concealer, you know, something that I felt was good coverage, something that could work on the under eye and elsewhere on the face. And for that, I would say Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in C5. It's a really perfect shade for me to achieve good coverage, so I give it a little swipe right here on the under eye area, and then I can also tackle like any redness or, you know, if there are any blemishes on the skin. This does the job really well, doesn't look too heavy. I've talked about this product quite a bit before, so you probably already know the details, but I find that if I apply, like I did there, just a little bit more than I might use of Tarte Shape Tape, I can still achieve Shape Tape-like coverage. And with Shape Tape, I just do like maybe a couple little dots. The next thing on my list, number 4, is my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in Fair. Honestly, I reach for this more than my Laura Mercier these days. Part of what I love about this is just how brightening this is. There's actually an Instagram picture that I put up last weekend, and the lighting was just profoundly good, so let's take that into consideration. But I looked so brightened up in this area, and it was beyond just what like a shimmery highlight was going to do. I was just flat out bright, and I credit this. I was wearing this in that picture, and if you've got your Real Techniques sponge, you've got that flat side that can work really well for baking, and this does make a difference. And I don't want to do 10 barely there products, 10 products for like world's most natural look. No, I want to show how these 10 products could, you know, take me to a fancy event if that was, you know, what was going on after the morning where I woke up and found that all my makeup was gone. So get the whole under eye covered. I also kind of do the chin. Also liking to bake up here between the brows as well. It's something about that, it just brightens. By the time I dust it away, it all looks more flawless. With brows, I feel like that's something that's generally a multi-product, multi-step part of makeup. But when I get to thinking about what product can kind of handle it all in one, it's probably my Makeup Revolution Brow Pomade in medium brown. It comes with the little applicator also. 100% like the proper color. And what I like about this is it's easy to control. The pomade is not so creamy to the point where your brows feel really overloaded, overgooped. But also there's some hold with this. So just using this one product, you feel like, okay, that's taking the place of a separate gel that I would have to put on. So multitasking, you know, we're trying to keep this to 10 things. Plus it does come with the brush that you would need. I dig it. But another thing I kind of thought about looking back at my list once I'd formed this 10, I liked that among the things I picked, I felt like there was a lot of variation. Like if I were, you know, in a big hurry, I could make a look out of these things without even using the foundation, or like just using that Makeup Revolution concealer mainly. I don't have to bake in order to like the Fit Me loose powder. You know, you can lightly dust that and get a really nice brightening effect with it too. So yeah, there's my brows, guys. I'm not gonna do one more thing to them, just use the one product. Now we're going to dust away the bake using my e.l.f. small tapered brush. e.l.f. brushes could be another good way to go if you had to replace a lot of brushes in a hurry and on a budget. I mean, they're fabulous. And you guys know, if you watch my videos, I reach for this one all the time. I reach for my complexion brush all the time. Okay, the next thing, number 6, I went round and round with what to do about this because I thought I need a palette that's more than just face or more than just eyeshadow. Like, given the other things on my list that I absolutely 100% need, it's got to be a combo palette. And this combo palette, while I do really like it, it's not maybe my ideal combo palette. I'm not sure that that exists in the marketplace right now, like my 100% ideal. Even thinking of In the Balm of Your Hand, which is a great combination palette, not sold at Ulta, so that's another thing, but it's just not every single little thing that I would want. So this, that I'm gonna be putting on this list, I still think good quality in here, really like it. It's not 100% perfection for me, but it would certainly do in like a situation where I was facing a beauty emergency. So this is from Flower Beauty, and it's called the Beauty Flash Full Face Palette. And what I like about this is that you get a bronzer, you get a highlighter, you get 2 blushes, only 3 eyeshadows, but it can work. And I'm gonna be reviewing, by the way, a bunch of different Flower Beauty products because I've gotten so many questions about them. But I really wanted to review their concealer, and it was out of stock the first go round when I ordered stuff, so I'm waiting on that to come in so I can play with that first. But I really like the bronzer in this palette, so I will use that just kind of all over the face. You'll notice I didn't really set the rest of my face with any powder outside of where I baked, and I don't feel like that's absolutely necessary when you're using Maybelline SuperStay. This bronzer has a little bit of shimmer to it. It's a nice, like, soft, easy to blend texture. A little bit, just kind of a little low on the cheek there, but nothing like, no severe contour. Dust a little bit just kind of on top of the cheeks, on top of the nose, like really use it as bronzer. It works so well. And another thing I almost always do with a bronzer is take it down the neck and blend. Next, we're going to use a blush, and we do have 2 tones. One's more coral, one's a little bit more like dusty pink mauve. I think I'll go for the coral today. And this is just a little EcoTools. This is called the Full Setting Brush. This in concept and just shape and size reminds me so much of the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look in a Palette, which was, again, a really nice multitasking concept. But it was always really expensive, and it's like they never really kept it in stock permanently, unless maybe since then they have, but I don't know. I want a little pop of the other blush too, because I don't know when to stop with blush. Seriously, quality blushes in here. Like them. And then we have a really soft highlight in here. By soft, I mean the sheen is just like barely there. It almost reminds me a little bit of like a Laura Geller French Vanilla, you know? Just a barely there sheen, but brightening. Also, you know what? I forgot an eye primer on this list. And it's too late to rethink things now, so I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I've done this once before, and I was fine. Everybody lived. I'm gonna go ahead and use this as eye primer. Sorry about my horrible nails. I just have not had a spare moment to do anything about them. Okie dokie, so I think we will all find that even though I just have these 3 eyeshadow shades here, we will end up with a satisfying eye look. I'm gonna use this center shade and just get my crease color going here with that. As far as this palette goes, like, this is a lot in one little palette though. Like, I'm proud of it. Maybe what could have maximized the versatility even more could have been like giving us one less blush. Like I could survive on just the 1 blush shade and maybe 1 more eyeshadow color. Then I'm gonna do some highlighting. This definitely has some shimmer. And man, that could double as a face highlight. Can't believe I just now thought of that. But like, if you want more shimmer than this eyeshadow is pretty shiny, kind of buttery, little golden. I'm doing the easiest, like, low maintenance eye ever here, by the way. Taking a little bit of that. And we want to kind of brighten up this inner part of my eye. And then we have a nice matte brown, which, if I was really trying to minimize, this could even have maybe been a brow color for me because it's not too warm. But as you can see, I am just patting that on the outer half of my lid. Very classic standard technique for me, but I just want to show you how these work. And it's only 3 shades, you know. We're not trying to like recreate some kind of masterpiece here on the eyes. It's just like standard everyday eye makeup, okay? You can, however, go in with a little bit smaller brush on that shade too and make things a little bit deeper. Just putting it on in a slightly more concentrated way. And for a little lower lash line smudgy definition, I think I would take that brown and a little smudge brush and just smudge away. So that was a lot of items for item number 6, a lot of different steps of makeup that we just accomplished there. And for number 7, I know I need a black liquid liner, like just realistically, I need one. And it's the Milani Stay Put Matte 17-Hour Wear in the matte black shade. Loving this stuff so much. I wasn't sure anything was really gonna replace my Jordana Color Envy, which is just kind of hard to come by, and I was just getting annoyed having to get it from a different place than where I get most of my other makeup. So this Milani is definitely getting the job done, lasting really well. Very nice intense black. I really like the thought of, if I had only 10 products, you know, to have one of them be a liquid liner, because even when your eyeshadow is very low maintenance, not much to it, the liquid liner can just take the look and boost it up. Has anybody been like trying to guess the products as I've gone along? Not gonna lie, I feel out of control with these wings today. They're more intense than I'd planned. Have I mentioned yet that Bub's in Vegas right now? Has been for, gosh, I guess this is the 3rd day. He'll be home like really late tonight. It's for work. No, there actually is a legal conference out there, so taking a little bit of this dark brown. Crazy how we had to travel back-to-back weeks though, one of us and then the other. Feel like I've barely seen the guy. With number 9, it's coming down to mascaras now, and if I'm really trying to minimize, I would just want to get 1 mascara. Like, if there's only going to be 10 products bought, I'm not going to give 2 slots to 2 different mascaras, okay? So I was playing with this. I was thinking the other day, like, I'm pretty sure my Voluminous Lash Paradise doesn't tend to flake and smudge on me on my lower lash line. And as I was testing this, kind of retesting it in that way, you know, it did wear very well. So I've got Lash Paradise for both upper and lower lashes. Got several mascaras that I'm really liking right now, but this stuff is just so undeniably good. And I think it's been about a year that Lash Paradise has been out, and I've been really loving it. So making it for the long haul, guys. And then I'm just getting a little bit here on my lower lashes. It's not ideal, obviously, like Clump Crusher. The brush is just smaller for those lower lashes and just so easy to put on there, but I can make this work. The next thing that I would definitely get, because like I said, I'm almost pretending like I'm trying to put together a special occasion face with this only 10 products, not like world's most natural face. And included in my top 10, I would have some false lashes. If I were just going to Ulta, I would get wispies, and I would get them in a little kit that comes with a glue. That way there's multiple steps combined all in one. Now I was just looking through my drawer and I don't have any wispies on me, so we're gonna use these Cocoa lashes in Risque and just pretend. I do think these are kind of a wispy-esque lash. They're a little more dense. There's a bit more volume than there is with the wispies, but I like that they've got mainly, the main part of the length is in the center. That's been kind of the look I've been going for a lot lately, and that's what wispies does give you, so. One thing I am going to do just real quick before I pop those on is grab a little bit more of this shimmery shade, because I feel like maybe I lost a little intensity, I don't know, just in blending. So I'm going to pop these lashes on and then we'll be back for the 10th product. See what it is. Okay guys, lashes are on, so very happy with the look so far, but we are down to lips and only one slot left. So it's gotta be a do-it-all type of lip product, and you might think that I'm sacrificing something by being in that position. But I have a great do-it-all lip product, and it's the new L'Oreal Color Riche Shine Formula. These are so good. I've got a full video on them, trying them all on for you, letting you know what my favorites are, but there's a reason why I would pick it for this slot, because it's the application and fullness of color of a lipstick, it's the comfort of a lip balm, and it's the shine of a lip gloss. So bingo, I'm set. The Rosewood shade would be a definite top pick. That's kind of my Your Lips But Better color. That is currently down in my purse. Another great shade that I love is the Burnished Blush color. This is just a little more pinky. I think it's a great spring color actually, and will bring some life to this look for sure. Do you see what I mean? That fullness of color, the shine. Look at the shine. This is like basically two passes. Like if you go over the same area 2 times, or just like 2 go rounds, you know, around the lips, you build up the color, I think, to the perfect place, and you get all that fantastic shine. Feels so smooth and wonderful, and I think the key is getting a shade that's not too super dark to where you're not really scared of that color drifting and doing something really scary on you. But what was so funny, before I applied this, I was looking at myself in the viewfinder thinking, I would apply a little more blush. Now, somehow, having that on my lips, it's brought everything to life. So that is my look, everyone. That's my 10 products that I would buy first if everything went away. And if I had an 11, 12, and 13, it would be the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlighter to put down in here, which I haven't done because that wasn't in the 10, but I would definitely be quick to buy that. I was really only thinking about the makeup here with this video, but if we want to throw brushes and tools into the mix, I would need an eyelash curler. I would need 1 sponge, you know, at least. So Real Techniques would be a good one. And then if I was really, you know, kind of in a rush trying to be quick about this, I would get a brush kit. I would get something from maybe EcoTools, Real Techniques, e.l.f., just depending on what was available, but I think all of those brands make great affordable brush sets. Oh, and another additional thing that I would be probably pretty quick to purchase if this, like, you know, basically became a top 15, the Mario Badescu like cucumber spray, a setting mist of some sort would be a really nice like finishing touch here. Although I don't feel like my look appears too heavy. It feels really nice, easy, and could work for so many circumstances. So thank you guys so much for your time today. Thank you so much, Tess, for the amazing question, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.